I'm in Scotland for some wild camping tonight. There's a yellow warning for rain. There is gusts of winds up to 40-45 miles an hour, and I will be trying out the cheapest bivvy that money can buy. What the hell could go wrong, huh? Yeah, I won't be camping there. That's for sure. There's just trees down everywhere. Gonna have to find somewhere where, you know, the trees are younger and stronger, not as tall, and a lot less likely to come down in the middle of the night. It has to be the biggest tree roots I've ever seen. Those tree roots were easily 15 feet in length, circumference, you know, massive. Just gives you a scale of the height of the trees here. So I'm just on a logging road here. I see a nice little open area here, and a tree has already fallen, you know, over this road and been taken care of since. But looks like a nice soft place to camp. On the other side of me we have this, just by the lake, just what I was after. These trees are much smaller, much younger, especially these few trees. I'm in half a mind to camp here, as long as it's not too wet. It's pretty boggy around here. There's an old building over here. That wall might be quite useful, but with those trees behind it at that size, like, it's not going to offer much protection, is it? I've just left the path, came uphill a bit. I had to jump over a ditch to get here, and with the weight on my backpack, I jumped and I didn't quite take off the way I expected. I'm just inside a wee hilly area. Well, it's flat in places, but in general it's a slope. I think I'm going to just have to hunker down here, really, because it means that I'm at least a couple hundred feet or more away from any large tree that's liable to come down tonight. Won't be the pretty picturesque scenery that I hope for, but at this point it's like I need to find somewhere safe or go back home. So this is a £12 bivvy tent, which I have not even opened, never mind used. This is insane. In case you haven't noticed, nothing's going right just yet, so hopefully this does. I've just got set up, guys. It's getting on a bit in the evening. So yeah, there's no loops or anything with those guy lines, just a case of having to tie them by hand very loosely. And I have this tarp here, a plastic bag to sit on. Yeah, I have to fit this big sleeping pad on it along with the sleeping bag. I think that'll be the real test. You probably noticed that it's not the most even ground, it might go down a bit in the middle. So I think it will really test the durability and structure of the tent, to be honest. So yeah, this is what it looks like. As I said, I had to tie these up by hand, and at the risk of getting this wet already, this is going to be quite the test. Seems to be an air vent there. I'm just going to use these two tent pegs just to put this sort of straight in from there. I think that's the concept of it. Got my sleeping bag in here. It's a pod sleeping bag. I got my air mat Well, it's a foam air mat, self-inflating. I had to pull it the whole way to the top just to get it to fit. I think it's about 7 foot long, same as the tent. That's my place for tonight. The obvious thing to state is that the tarp doesn't cover it whatsoever. It's just a place for me to sit, make coffee, make food, that sort of thing. So this really will be a test of this tent. I'm hoping it doesn't leak, and if it does, I hope I don't notice until it's time to get up. It's getting pretty dark. It must be well after 9 o'clock now. The next time I use a tarp, it will be a bigger tarp. This one didn't let me down before, but it is small. I think at most it must be 6 by 6 or 8 by 8, but you know, even if it is 8 by 8, that's not big. That's not big at all. The tarp is just dumping puddles of water on this, but as you can see, I mean, this thing, you know, it's better be waterproof or I'm going to suffer, that's for sure. This could be trouble. There is no shortage of dead wood, absolutely everywhere. Yeah, I'm going to attempt to make a fire. It's going to be very wet though. So I'm just going to collect some wood. I've just found some firewood. There's just different stages of wet. So I'll start with the thin stuff that's, you know, damp, almost dry. I find that if you look at the one side of the tree, it will be soaking wet. So the other side will be slightly less wet. So I'm going to build this twig stove now and see if it can't dry up a bit. I have my little twig stove set up. Cost around £8 or £9. I haven't got all the plastic off yet. I also have some tumble dryer fluff, so I'm going to use a flint and steel and do the fire the hard way. It's time for more extreme measures. I think we have some success here, guys. Oh, that's nice. That heat is so good. I am soaked. I'm soaked from the knees down. My arms are a bit wet. My back. It's alright. I just want to dry out my jeans a bit. Put on my spare socks. Here's what I have for dinner. I have 2 large soda scones. Back in Northern Ireland I would call them soda farls. So good when they're toasted and buttered. And we have a breakfast pack. I think it's time to cook. First job is to dry out the frying pan. It's got soaked. A hell of a lot of smoke here. And yes, the frying pan is much bigger than it needs to be. But this stove will burn fast and burn hard, but it will die out fast. So I'm hoping to cook practically everything at the one go. sliced up my soda farls in half. I'm just going to throw them on here really to save some time. This could be quite greasy. Don't save me having to butter them. God. Oh, it smells good. Yeah, it's probably edible now. I'll give it another couple minutes. That looks well cooked, just in the nick of time because the fire is nearly just down to an ember. There you go, some square sausage and some toasted buttery soda farls. Looks lovely. That is genuinely nice. I'll have to do soda bread in the frying pan from now on, because that is lovely. Yeah, the fire didn't last long, it's out already, but I got the job done. I'm just eating with my hands. That's so good. Especially like the crispy bits. I'm going to attempt to get inside this. Yeah, I'm soaking wet. In case you didn't notice, I don't have waterproofs on. I almost came up here in shorts and t-shirt. It's been so warm and sunny down in Wales and stuff. So yeah, I'm not prepared, but it was either this or I don't go camping at all because going back tomorrow. So yeah, I'm not even sure where I'm supposed to put my shoes here. Soaking wet on the outside, hopefully not so much on the inside. Yeah, I mean I've probably splashed some water onto that there. As long as the inside's okay, that's the main thing. Guess I'm gonna put my shoes here and stand on top. So yeah, it does appear to be dry. I can see pretty much to the bottom. It's hard to show on camera. And I've just put my trainers in here. They're soaking anyway. Yeah, it's just enough room for that, and this is a wide and long mat. I'm just inside now and I've zipped it up. It seems really good. So far I am pleased. It's actually really warm, and I've noticed that after seconds of closing it up it was just instantly warm. That might be a good thing, it might be a bad thing. For me it's pretty good because I'm mostly soaking wet. The only thing I had with me was spare socks, so I could do with drying out a wee bit. So yeah, the tent has leaked. It's leaking all over. You can see. I can't really raise the tent without being inside, but yeah. You can see dark patches the whole way down. So, what to do? What to do? The outside of the sleeping bag is pretty wet. What a disaster. So, the tent was leaking. It's getting much too wet, and I didn't fancy packing up and walking the whole way to the car, so I've set up the most crude hammock setup you've ever seen. Time to get some shut-eye, I think, so I'll update the tent in the morning when I can see it properly, show you. This was my plan B. I told you it was crude. I mean, the hammock itself doesn't really fit, let alone the cords to tie it up with. And here is the bivvy, covered in water. I think we have a good idea what the inside will be like this morning. Rucksack. So let's have a look. Yeah, it's definitely wet in places. Yeah, could be wet there from the bag. The condensation is just unreal. The problem is, wet's the inside of the single skin, and so that just gets everything wet really. £12 tent, I wouldn't use it again. Definitely not. I think I've done a pretty serious testing of this tent, so my advice would be to just avoid it. If you enjoyed this video, give us a wee thumbs up or subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Nice calm morning, just a little bit breezy. I accidentally spotted the CCTV, keep seeing signs for it. Just a wee box with an aerial on it. That is pretty well disguised.